Hello everybody and welcome back to Tin Can. As always, I am Door, and today we're going to try and get this 15-minute one done so we can go ahead and progress to the next level here. So first things first, right off the bat here, we need a bunch of batteries. We're going to grab a couple of fuses. We're going to grab a couple of the power transformer things because we need some of those. And then we are also going to try and get some of the data cables as well. I think we need a couple of those. We definitely need some on-off switches, so let me grab those before I forget. And we'll only take probably about 2 of those right now. I don't think we need more than that. And I don't know what we have in the drawer just yet, but we can't really check without burning a bunch of time here. This is just switches. We didn't need to go into that one. We need some data cables and we need some fuses. So I went into the wrong room. We didn't need to go in this one. And we have 10 seconds left. I don't know if that's enough time to go back and grab anything else from any of the other rooms. So let's just grab these guys. And we have a danger sign or a danger light and a surge protector. I want to keep calling them surge protectors, but I know it's not a surge protector. It's a freaking power transformer. So first things first, we need this thing up and running. I didn't need the pump. I don't know why I was thinking about a pump there. We need the power connector from our emergency lights because we're not going to run those. And I don't know why the tutorial stuff's popping back up for me, but it is. So we're going to take the power connector from this. We're going to put it in this immediately. And that way it's going to keep running and running. And hopefully we don't have to worry about the battery running dead over and over again. And we didn't grab too many of the power transformers, so we kind of didn't do too well here. Let's go ahead and see what else we have in the drawer here and see if hopefully we got lucky with some of the loot here on the spawn. We have a fuse in there, so we can actually put our other fuse in there. Do we have anything else that goes in here? No. Let's go ahead and put the data connectors in here. I'm not going to worry about getting the main computer up and running because there's really no point to it because it's just going to tell us the error codes, right? We don't really mind the error codes right now. We need to keep an eye on them, but we're not going to kind of focus too much on it. I also went ahead and printed out the manual for this game. It has all the same thing the booklet does, so we don't have to kind of rely on grabbing it over and over again. I can just glance over at it anytime I need to here. So hopefully we can go ahead and survive this a little longer and get around it that way instead of having our vision go all blurry and then kind of cost us our lives there. Let's go ahead and open up this thing. We don't care about gravity. I really don't. We're going to go ahead and just scrap what we can from this. And we need a surge protector in that. So does this one have one of those? It has the bigger variant of it, so not the little one that we need. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. And again, I don't know why the tutorial stuff is popping up for me. Why did that, why did all the lights go out? Oh, we just went into the storm. Okay, oops. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Can we grab this and go toward this? Thank you. Turn that out, please. Let's grab that and go toward it again. There we go. That should be out now. Are we good? We're good. Okay, so let's close that. Let's turn this back on. Actually, we need to turn our main generator back on before we do anything because it's not actually on. So open up, please. Kindly stop alarm. We know you're off. That can go ahead and turn on. I think I just turned it off. That can go on. There we go. And we're going to have the same error codes that we've been having, I believe. It's going to be telling us that the power connector and the other one are bad. I don't think that changes around in between the scenarios here. So you know what I think I'm actually going to do, because this is probably going to be happening quite a bit here. I'm going to turn off our main lights and we're going to turn on our emergency lights because I feel like those are going to be on a lot more than the actual lights are. So we're going to actually try and keep these ones on. Our power, I think, is back on. Let me just double check here. We are starting to suffocate, so that's not good for us. Is this thing actually on it? It is not. Let's turn that back on. We need the power connector and all that stuff up and running. Yes, I realize that. We need to also get our stuff going here because we are kind of low. Turn all that back on. No, did we just like die instantly here? Because it should be this guy and that guy. Let me turn this off. Let me grab that. And then I think we should have some of these in there if we can do it quick enough. High capacity one. Yeah. Let's go ahead and put that in here. And then that's going to get the power back up, hopefully, just long enough for us to go ahead and repair this in the other one. And it's not... I don't know what I did differently here. I didn't really do anything too different. And yeah, all of our stuff's not turning on. So these things aren't even turning on even with the battery power that they have. They should at least turn on. So I'm guessing I got really unlucky and all of our buttons broke there is probably what just happened. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix this stuff again because that was kind of the stinky situation there. So we need a filter in this guy. Did I not grab a filter? I did not grab a filter this time around, so that's great for me. Let's go ahead and grab it from storage. Thankfully we had one in there. We need the power connector in there, so we're going to strip that from the gravity again. Let's go ahead and put our display units away for right now. We are going to scrap those in a second for the power connector, or for the thing that's going to break on that, right? The power connector. So we luckily got another fuse in there as well. So we have 2 of those going into this. We can go ahead and close that. We can take our data connector cables here and put them away. We actually have 2 of them already in there. So we had an extra one just laying on the ground. The buttons can go ahead and go in here as well. Actually, we are full on buttons. So let's plop a button there, and then we can plop a button, I guess, over here for right now. And we can also put the batteries away too, since we don't need these. Those can go away. We got fuses. Let's go ahead and put that away. Let's take the 2 fuses, and those go on the top shelf here. Luckily, we do have some surge protectors in here, or power transformers. So let's go ahead and plop these into these guys here, and then hopefully we should be kind of okay. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I didn't try to take anything out. I was just trying to put this in there. So I may have forgot that I changed my control from normal F button to one of the buttons on my mouse here, so I can kind of do things a little quicker instead of trying to fumble around on my keyboard. And it kind of just cost us there because I was mashing F and it wasn't doing anything to survive the electrical shock there, and we ended up dying. So that was my bad there. Let's go ahead and grab as many batteries and fuses and the power transformers as we can. Those are kind of really important. We also need on-off buttons before I forget again. Let me actually grab these guys. We have 30 seconds. Let's go ahead and chuck those and then keep on chugging here. So let's grab these guys. We might go back to this room here in a second. We do have enough time to do that. I don't think we need anything else. I could be wrong, but I think most of the stuff right now is just going to be batteries, and the power transformers is really what's important. Maybe a couple more fuses if we grab them right now out of this room, but that's pretty much all we need. Let me grab that, and let me grab that, and I think we should have enough of these guys to go if we can get in here soon. Nope, we ran out of time. Close the door. We missed it. Oh, we got it. Yeah, we actually did. All right, cool. So I guess we can activate the doorknob from the other side of the door. We don't have to actually get around and trigger it, so that's great for us. Let's go ahead and start putting these guys in there. So we do have a couple more of these guys this time around, so we should have one for each of these. Let's turn this guy on so we're actually producing atmosphere, and for the first time we have all 3 of these things actually have a power transformer in them, so that's nice. And we need a filter. Did I grab a filter? I did indeed. That's great. And I think those guys should be fine. We're not going to mess with those right now for a couple seconds here. Let's go ahead and put the power button there, the power button here. We have a bunch of batteries we can go ahead and put into these things as well. So we can put a battery there. We can put a battery here. And again, this isn't going to actually work for us unless we take a pump from something else and have it run, because we need the pump for that to actually function. So we need to go ahead and kind of decide what we want to strip from what machine to go ahead and kind of feed us the air there so we can survive. And I think that's all we had, right? We have a data connector and then a fuse, and that's it. That's all we managed to grab. We didn't get lucky this time around. That's not great. We have an extra surge protector. We have some more fuses. We have a bunch of buttons and warning lights and a beeper, or a couple beepers. And then the batteries we have, the filter, which we don't need. We have the the fuses and the big surge protector thing, and then a couple of displays. So let me just double check and make sure these guys are up and running. They are indeed. Let me go ahead and open up this one and this one so we can go ahead and strip these. Let me flip the screen over to the error code. Are the error codes on those ones? Yes, they are. Okay. So we're going to turn off our gravity. I don't know why the gravity is connected to power, or am I just having like really bad timing when I turn off the gravity that we go through the electrical storm here? I think that's what's probably happening here. So we need the data connector to actually go into this guy here so we can actually use it. And if we have any fuses, let's go ahead and put those in there as well. Let's take the charge thing to, oops, I didn't want to drop it. Let's plop that there and there. And I think all this one is missing is a beeper, which we probably won't actually put in there. So that should be good to work. We can swap out the fuse for the good fuse. If I can close the drawer, and we're going to do this a little bit in the dark here just to go ahead and swap this over really quick. So that's the good fuse. We can take the display ports from this, and we just had the gravity go out. That's really bad. We need this guy to put out the fire here. And why am I not grabbing? There we go. That should be that fire out in a second when it eventually goes out. Please go out. There we go, I suppose. And let's go ahead and plop that back in there. We need to get the power back up and running because we're going to start suffocating here in a second. This guy needs to have displays put in it so we can scrap them and fix the other thing really quick before we turn that back on. If we can do it quick enough here, that'd be fantastic. Let's close that, turn this on. Something is on fire. One of those guys is on fire. Let's go ahead and scrap that. Which one of you is on fire? Who's on fire? I hear a fire. I don't see a fire though. We might be already too late here. Let's do this quick here. Plop that there. Take this guy off. I need the light, please. We need to go here and there. Close that. Repair this. It's not actually damaged. Okay, I kind of don't believe that, but okay. Let's plop that back. Turn our stuff on if we can. And yeah, I guess there is some randomness to it because it's not actually damaged. So let's turn these guys back on quickly because we're going to start suffocating. And that one's actually not going to turn on because we need the power connector in it. And we need this thing to go and grab. Where's the power connector? That's not the power connector I want. The power connector is the one from the lights. Oh no, I took too long to do this. Let's grab this. No, I didn't want that on. We need the power connector. Thank you. Go ahead and turn this thing over to this, and that should work. And then we should slowly start pulling our way out of the suffocation that we're in right now. I think this is actually really low. This one's actually really low too. We're gonna die if we can do this quick enough though. Let's grab these guys and chuck them. And if I could see the handle, that would be great. There we go. That's that one squared away. The carbon monoxide is not too good, or CO2. Grab that and put it back in there, please. Uh-oh. Put it in there, please. There we go. You're fine. You're actually not fine. I don't know why you're not on. Probably we don't have enough power coming through the line is what's probably going on. Okay, so we are back in here. I went ahead and disabled everything. Everything is offline right now. I want to see if we can actually float through the electrical storm here without having our stuff go to crap here. So I went ahead and disabled everything. We are getting hit with lightning right now and nothing is damaging or appearing to be damaged just yet. We do need to kind of keep an eye on our oxygenator and all this stuff here because if this gets too low, we will start suffocating. Our gravity just turned off because we are out of battery power, and I'm kind of curious whether or not we can actually float through this entire thing because I don't think it lasts too long here, and then be able to swap everything back on without having oh, never mind. There we go. We got hit with lightning. So I guess we can't actually turn everything off and just float. We have to actually deal with the stuff breaking here. Okay, so let me go ahead and flip everything on because if we don't, we're going to start running into issues. So the gravity generator, I'm not too worried about. This needs to get turned. Ooh, that needs to get turned back on, not take the button out of it. The stuff over here needs to get flipped on as well. So let's do that. I believe these guys are going to be all on battery power if I could grab that little handle. So 2NOA, MPAA, and DH or D117, so let me just go ahead and check those really quick. And that is apparently a bad fuse, so we can actually fix that right now with relative ease. So let me grab a fuse from over here. I'm sorry that it keeps getting so dark in these videos. It's just that I can't really bounce the power over and over again here. It's kind of a weird thing to be doing here. So let's grab this. Let's open up this guy. Let's turn that off so we can go and swap it without getting shocked. Oh, I didn't want to keep moving around like that. Let's get back up here and then grab, drop, and then we should be good to flip that back on. Our main generator didn't get hit with the electrical storm though, so that is great news for us. We can actually take this and we can actually destroy it. So let's put that in there. Let's open up this one and take that one out of there, and let's go ahead and power up this directly from the generator so we're not fully pulling on power on the battery power here. So we should be able to do that and then dismantle. We actually don't get any points because it's already broken. Okay, never mind. I thought I could cheese it a little bit and not have to break a good piece of equipment here. So let's put that back in there. Let's take a display unit and turn that on, or break it down. So we only need one of these, I believe, to get 40 points, is it? 50 points, something like that? Yeah, we get 50 points for that. Okay, so that's good. We can go ahead and put this back in there now. We don't really need it anymore. And can we close that, please? We need to turn our lights on before I lose my mind. We have the generator on, right? Before I go around to looking to turn the power on, or the lights. Yes, the generator is indeed on, so we should be okay there. We didn't take too much damage, though, that we turned everything off, so I think that might be how we go about getting through these. We still got damaged a little bit, but it wasn't everything breaking and us getting killed over and over again. So we need this guy on. I don't know why that's actually off. I didn't do that this time around, and I can't for the life of me find a handle. We need a handle, please. Thank you. So now we have lights. We should be good. I think. And anything on this thing that we can scrap for parts, I think we'll go ahead and gut it when we need to, but right now we don't necessarily need to. We need a pump, and I don't know where exactly we get a pump from off the top of my head, if I'm honest here. We need to swap tanks eventually. These guys aren't generating because we don't have a pump. I'm trying to think where a pump would be right now. We don't have a pump in this thing because that wouldn't really make any sense, would it? And the only other place I think is this one here, but this is atmospheric temperature, I think. Can we take this without getting shocked? We can indeed. Okay, cool. So we just need it for a few minutes here. We can open up that. We can go ahead and plop that in there. And then I guess we're going to have to run on battery power because we don't have any more of those power connectors to plug it in with. And if we take a look at this thing, I think this is going to tell us the temperature. I don't know what this is actually used for. Like, it says it's temperature, but why is there a pump on there for temperature? I'm not too sure on that. But hopefully this doesn't get too hot here and we can go ahead and put the pump back in there when the tanks are full. I think they're moving. They look like they're moving, so we should be okay, I think. How's our thing over here doing? Our thing is doing pretty good. We're at 7.5 minutes just about, so we're almost done here. The main light switch here, we can gut that for the fuse. We can also take the power surge thing. I think that's in here, right? No, it's not in there. Okay, we just have an extra fuse and then an on-off switch, so we can keep that in mind. Something just broke, so let's go ahead and see what just broke on what. Temperature is getting kind of weird. I don't know what the two circles mean. I think the green one is the good one, and then the blue one there is not good. So the tanks are full. Let's go ahead and take the pump back out of here before we run into issues on temperature now. So that can go back in there. We should be good. This should start cooling back down, I guess, or heating up, whatever it's doing. And then let's go ahead. What did we take off of this guy? Did we take anything off of this? I guess not. I could have sworn we took something, but I guess we didn't. We need to go ahead and swap the tanks out. So let's take the air and swap it for that one. And then that can go back in there. That's a full air tank. We can take the CO2 now. Ooh. We can take the CO2, like I said, and swap that for this. And then we should be good there. What are the error codes we're getting? 01 and 2. So one of those is a bad data connector cable. The other one is 2NOA, which I think is battery power. Yeah, that's battery power. And then one of them just despawned. So let's actually swap out the data cable. I think we have enough of those. So we shouldn't get shocked. Okay, cool. So that should fix that data cable. And then 114 is the bad electrical connection. So that has several reasons. It could be low power coming through the thing, or it could be the thing is actually bad. So let me actually check that. So yeah, we need to go ahead and repair that thing actually. So let's put this in there. Oops, let's put that in there. And then we should have enough points in this to go ahead and swap that thing and fix it. So let's grab that. Put it in here, repair this. That's going to take a second to repair. We should be good. Where's our gauges? Our breathability is golden. Our temperature is golden, so we should be good. And I think we should go ahead and actually make it through this time around. So the error code is gone. The error code, oh, this thing is off, and we don't have power going to it because the battery's dead, and we don't have a power connector to put in there right now. So that's my bad. That can go ahead and turn on. I think we went ahead and put a power connector in this, didn't we? No, we didn't put a power connector in this. So this is still running on battery power. Actually, it shouldn't be running at all because it's not actually having a pump in there, so it's just wasting battery power. Does this one have a normal power connector? This has a big power connector. The display is bad on this guy. Let's just go ahead and swap that out. And let's see, this thing's on battery power again. That's no big deal for us. We need to go ahead and actually get a power connector in there if we can. I'm trying to think where a power connector is. This has a power connector. We don't really need a power connector to be running this thing constantly. Let's go ahead and put that in here so that this thing is no longer pulling on battery power. Here in a second it should swap over and we should be good. This thing I'm not too worried about running on battery power again. And then this thing just has a fuse in it, so we should be okay there. Does this thing need anything? It needs one of the power connector things, and it also needs another battery because we are out of power on it, but we do have a power connector in it, so that might come to save us. If the power goes out, though, we will have this timer stop because we don't have any charged batteries. We need a power connector in here, and I think one of the power surge things, the big ones that we have. I'm gonna actually take the pump out of this thing again and then charge up our air tanks because I just want to have the air ready to go because we are about to go through an ice thing. So we might not be able to actually charge this fully because we might need to go ahead and keep our thing heated here. And then another thing I want to try try when we go into this ice nebula is to take off the shielding on this thing to see if it keeps the cabin here hotter than normal. I think it might not do anything. It might just kill us, but we're going to go ahead and give that a go here. We only have, I think it said 3 minutes left on the timer here. 240 on the timer there. So let's see, where's our air tanks at? Our air tanks are just about done. We have the alarms going off because it's getting too cold, too hot or something on that. Let's go ahead and put this back before we run into problems. That should be fine. Yes, I know you don't like it, but we're good there. I assure you we're good there. No, stop it. Stop it. Okay, so let's go ahead and see, because now this thing is going, we have a little bit of air and a little bit of CO2 we can swap if we need to. These things are about a quarter of the way used up, or about halfway used up. Let's clean the filters so we can keep going here. And this guy is for some reason on battery. Oh, it's on battery power because we're going through the ice thing right now, I believe, right? So let's actually swap this. This thing has a whole bunch of errors on it. We don't really care if the gravity goes out. Honestly, we don't. So let's see. What can we take from this? We can take those things to get the computer up and running. We can take, that's about it. That's all we can really use. Those other things go for the generator and not necessarily anything else, so we don't really want any of those other things. Let's go ahead and take the shielding off of this thing and see if it makes the room hotter. And how would we see that? Where's the gauge at? The gauge is on the other side of the cabin here, so let's go over here, take the shielding off. And then let's see, where is the temperature? The temperature is this guy, and it doesn't seem to be raising, and the pod temperature doesn't seem to be raising, but I do think I hear like the Geiger counter noise, which might actually just be the ice on the windows. That might not be anything really. So I don't think these are actually raising, but our escape pod timer actually did come to a stop here. So we need to get the battery charger up and going, which means we can go ahead and take the power connector from that, put it into this, and then I think we should be okay. I actually kind of want to take one of those surge protectors just for the sake of having one in there. Did we have any in our drawer? I don't think we have any more in the drawer, right? Yeah, we don't have any more in the drawer. Let's go ahead and take one from, what do we want to take it from? Let's take it from the lights. We don't really care if the lights go out. Does the lights even have one? I don't know if the lights even have one. The lights do not have one. Okay, so let's take it from this guy then, if we have one in here. We do indeed. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that over here with the battery charger, and then we can take the batteries out of... I'm going to put the shielding back on because it doesn't seem to be doing anything, and I don't want to die from radiation poisoning for some weird reason here. Let's put that there, so we're back safe. Let's go ahead and take the battery and put it into this guy. Oh, put it into that guy, and we need an on-off switch, which I think we have, and then we should be able to go and turn that on. It's going to start charging, and it's also going to start heating up the pile here, which we don't really need to happen anymore because we're not in the ice thing apparently. That was very short. So once this thing is charged, we can go ahead and put the battery back into this thing and the power connector, because we only had, I think, like less than 2 minutes when the power turned off on it, so we should be okay. I just want to go ahead and keep an eye on the temperature as well, because if that goes too high, then we are gonna die, and I don't want that to happen. The CO2 and the air are still good. We're still pretty good on the breathability here. So the battery is fully charged. Let's go ahead and grab that and then turn the rescue beacon back on so we get out of here. So that can go, oops. I can go, oh man. Oh, there it goes on the ground. Okay, well, let's go ahead and turn this off so we don't get shocked. Take that, and then we should be okay to go ahead and do this. And let me grab the power cable too. Am I actually walking? I am walking. The power's good. I thought we were still floating around with gravity. We only had 30 seconds left when the power turned off. That's a bummer. So we should be good. This is going to go ahead and complete this thing here in 16 seconds. And in all honesty, I don't know what I did different there other than turning off the power and not having everything break on the generator like we kept having. And also, I guess there is some randomness to it because I was used to the fuse and the power connector breaking, and then the last time there, those two didn't actually break. I think only one of them did. All right, sweet. So we actually unlock the pump now, so we can have the oxygen bottles running constantly as long as we grab one of those on the way in, and we don't have to be taking it from the temperature thing on the top of the pod there. So we're just about done with this. We have 2 more scenarios to go, I believe. Actually, we have 3 more scenarios to go. We just did the 15-minute one there, so we have the 20, the 25-minute, and the 30-minute to go. But for right now, I think that's actually going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. We had a whole lot of failures there in the beginning until we finally actually got it to work out for us there. But for right now, that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. So hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.